Have you ever stood in a crowded room, surrounded by people chatting about someone you love deeply, but that person isn't even there? You hear their name tossed around, stories shared, opinions flying, but no real connection happens. It's all talk about them, not with them. That's how many of us approach God. We talk about Him all day, in church, with friends, even in our own heads, but we rarely talk with Him. And that gap? It leaves us empty, wondering why our faith feels so distant. Today, let's step into this journey together. Imagine you're walking down a dusty road, much like those ancient paths in Israel where people first learned to commune with the divine. This isn't just another video, it's an invitation to shift from surface-level chatter to heart-to-heart conversation. Why does it matter? Because talking about God keeps Him at arm's length, like a historical figure in a book. But talking with Him, that's where life changes, where healing flows, guidance emerges, and peace settles in. Most folks avoid it because it's vulnerable. It means admitting we're not in control, facing our mess, and listening in the silence. Who wants that when it's easier to debate theology or quote verses without letting them pierce our souls? Let's ground this in the Word, starting where it all began. In Genesis, right after creation, God walked in the garden with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day. The Hebrew word for walk here is halak, which implies a casual stroll, a back-and-forth companionship. But it wasn't God monologuing from the clouds. It was relational, intimate. They talked with Him, not just about Him. But sin shattered that, and suddenly, humanity hid. We still do. Fast forward to Moses on Mount Sinai. Exodus 33 tells us the Lord spoke to Moses face to face, as a man speaks to his friend. That word friend in Hebrew is REA, meaning a close companion. Moses didn't just recite laws. He argued, pleaded, and listened. His face glowed from those encounters because he wasn't theorizing about God. He was experiencing Him. Think about David, the shepherd king. His psalms aren't polished sermons, they're raw cries. In Psalm 42, he says, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, O God." He's not lecturing on divine attributes. He's pouring out his thirst, his doubts, his joys. David talked with God in the caves, on the battlefield, in the palace. And God responded, not always with words we can hear, but with presence that steadied him. Historically, in the early church, believers gathered in homes, sharing meals and prayers like family conversations. The Greek word for prayer in the New Testament, proseuchomai, often carries the sense of wishing towards someone, a directed, personal exchange. It's not ritual, it's relationship. Now, weave this into Jesus' own life. He didn't just teach about the Father. He slipped away to lonely places to pray, as in Luke 5 verse 16. Mark 1 describes him rising long before dawn to talk with God. Why? Because even the Son of Man needed that communion to face the day. He modeled it for us, not as a duty, but as breath. Theologically, this points to the Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit in eternal dialogue. We're invited into that circle through Christ. As theologian A.W. Tozer once put it, God is a person, and in the deep of His mighty nature He thinks, wills, enjoys, feels, loves, desires, and suffers as any other person may. We're not addressing a force, we're engaging a heart. Remember a time in my own life when I was all talk about God, leading Bible studies, quoting scripture left and right, but my prayers were lists, demands without listening. One night, alone in my room after a tough loss, I stopped the monologue. I just sat there, whispering, "Lord, what do you want to say?" The silence hit hard at first, convicting me of my pride. But then, verses I'd known for years came alive, like whispers back. It wasn't dramatic, it was real. That's the shift, from talking God like a topic to talking with Him like a father. Consider Elijah in 1 Kings 19. He's fleeing, exhausted, talking about God to himself, complaining, really. But God draws him to the mountain, not with wind or earthquake, but a gentle whisper. The Hebrew for that whisper is demama, a thin silence. Elijah had to quiet his inner noise to hear. We do too. In our noisy world, social media, busyness, endless opinions, we drown out the whisper by chattering about faith without pausing for the response. So, how do we make this journey our own? Start simple. Find a quiet spot, like Jesus did. Open with honesty. God, here's my heart, messy as it is. Share your day, your fears, your thanks. Then listen. Maybe through scripture, where his words wait. The Greek logos in John 1 isn't just word. It's divine expression, alive and active. Read it not to analyze, but to hear him speak back. Historically, desert fathers like Anthony retreated to solitude for this very reason, to converse without distraction. Theologically, it's about abiding, as Jesus said in John 15, "Abide in me, like branches in a vine, constant flow." As we walk further, notice how this changes everything. Relationships deepen when we move from gossiping about someone to confiding in them. Same with God. You'll find conviction in the quiet, gentle nudges to forgive, to serve, to let go. But also hope. He's there, not judging from afar, but drawing near. James 4 verse 8 promises, "Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you." It's mutual. Picture Hannah in 1 Samuel 1, pouring out her soul before the Lord. She wasn't reciting prayers. She was weeping, bargaining, vulnerable. And God heard, granting her Samuel. Her story shows that talking with God invites miracles into our ordinary aches. Friends, this journey isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Stop treating God like a distant king and approach him as the father who runs to the prodigal. Let your faith breathe through conversation. So, here's the call. Tonight, set aside 10 minutes. No agenda, no script. Just talk with him. Listen. Watch how it transforms you. And as you do, ask yourself this. What if the God you've been talking about has been waiting all along to talk with you?